Alright, hey guys, what is going on? It is Nash from the Jurassic Ark. My wife won't be joining me on this one. She's actually still in bed. But we are comparing, as I'm sure you read in the title and or heard peaugh say, we're comparing Masterpiece Megatron to Masterpiece Megatron. This isn't there's no third-party comparisons or anything in this one yet, but we figured a good way to cap our first two episodes, Optimus vs. Optimus, then Megatron vs. Megatron. And I have the MP-05, and that means I hate my life for the duration of filming this video. I don't like this figure much at all, but let's get into some of the positives about it. Category 1, painting and sculpting. Painting and sculpting on this figure is actually pretty nice. This looks horrible, but where there is actual paint and sculpting on this figure, the head is really nice, the chest and this abdomen area, and that's about all my praise will go. The legs are a mess, the feet are the worst thing ever. The arms, they look fine, I guess. The back is pretty horrible. With that being said, if I can get him to stand again, because as I said, these feet are terrible. Don't fall on me. I actually am putting up this box to support him if he falls back on it. Painting and sculpting for me on this guy is going to be a 5 out of 10. Alright.
Paint and sculpt again for here. I think it's a really great job. I think they did an amazing job of making this look like cartoon Megatron. The paint is nice. It's got a nice kind of dull metallic gray that matches what I remember from the cartoon. And he just looks like Megatron. The sculpt is nice. His facial features are good. I like his helmet, his fusion cannon, just about everything about him. Like the abs and all this, and the jewels that are here, the clear plastic in his abdomen, and like the legs and everything, just really, really nice. And on this one, I also give it a 9.
Alright, and for alternate mode, let's get in here and look closely at him. Again, this is without the third-party accessory kit that gives you the stock and the suppressor and everything. But as it stands, this is a really good-looking Walter P-38. It is very oversized, though. As said in the scale/height, this is in scale with MP-01. So he is a big handgun. If I had an actual pistol of mine out right now, I'd show you just how truly big he is. But that, they have to do some creative liberties to make these legal to sell. I mean, this looks like a real gun, if not for being the oversized gun that it is. Overall, looks good. Pretty plain, not a whole lot of detail. You see the P-38 has a working safety. The trigger does work. Other than that, nothing else works. The scope doesn't work, but you still do get that cool red laser from, the button on the side. Overall, I'm going to give the alternate mode a 7 out of 10. No, an 8 out of 10, just because of how big it is. Looks pretty good. Alright.
Alright, and yeah, as mentioned, here we are in another One Shall Stand, this time MP-05 versus MP-36. I feel like the winner is obvious, but let's do it by the numbers here. Here is Megatron, MP-36 Megatron in his alt mode, which again is too long to fit in camera, but he's got his full extended hand cannon mode here with the barrel extension and the stock. And it's a nice representation of Megatron's on-screen mode. And of course you can always remove, go ahead and get this off camera here so I can do this nicely. The barrel extension as well as the stock itself. There's a little button here that will unhook these so I can slide this off. You can take those extensions off. They can form a cannon later on and have just the handgun itself with the scope. And you can, if you wish, remove the scope as well and just have a little pistol here. But all in all, like I said, it's a little oversized from an actual Walther, and you've got the panel lines all over it. But a really decent job of translating his alt mode to a toy. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I could do without all the lines, but all the panel lines and everything, where everything comes together. But I think it's a decent representation, or actually a more than decent representation of Megatron's classic alt mode, not a tank or anything else. And so here I give this guy an 8.
Alright, and now for transformation difficulty. There's not much I can say about this. I mentioned before I transformed him that I was going to have about 30 minutes of hell transforming this guy. It's a sloppy mess of a transformation. Honestly, I don't really sorry, my cat is meowing in the background. I don't consider this guy fun to transform at all. Once you have it down, it's not even fun. I mean, well, we'll get into that on the next category. For transformation difficulty, I give him a 5 out of 10 just because it's so much of a tedious task. Alright.
Alright, so transformation difficulty. And this is where I kind of have to ding him some points, because while there's some neat bits and it's involved, it's a little bit more involved than I would like. I get to go from a cool looking gun to a robot that looks nice like this. Takes some doing, I get it, but it's kind of an iffy transformation, and so I give it a 6.
Okay, and now to articulation. Articulation for this guy is really funky. He has some of the weirdest joints I've ever seen. His arms only go out that far. They can do a full 360 on nice tight ratchets, but those ratchets can't really help him. He has a double elbow, sorry. All fingers are articulated, just on one joint each, including the thumb. The hips are on this weird channel of joints that just freaks me out to touch. Knees, I mean, I guess knees are fine. He has a double knee bend. Posing this guy's something I've never tried. When he's displayed, you know, he's standing straight. And that's how I'm going to keep him, because I don't... looking at this guy wrong, he breaks. So with that being said, articulation, I'm also going to give a 5 out of 10. Alright.
For articulation here on MP-36, well, I mean, it's actually pretty decent. You've got the head on a ball joint, which can actually look decently up and all around. His arms ratchet on a couple different... Actually, I had a pivot point here, but he's got all the articulation you want there. The individually posable fingers, wrist swivel, waist swivel. Even with that transformation, he still swivels at the waist. You got nice hips, thigh swivels, hinged knees to over 90 degrees. Ankle forward and back, as well as tilting. And he's nicely posable. You can get him in a lot of poses. And he's got about all the articulation I would want from a Megatron, so he gets a 9.
Okay, and time for accessories. This is where things kind of pick up for me on this guy. He does come with his, you know, iconic fusion cannon. Since this is not the third... Oh, the fusion cannon will shoot a red beam out of it. Since this is not the third part, we're not going to be showing anything that doesn't come with the base figures. So you're not going to see the third-party add-on kit for this guy, which is just the silencer and the stock. The fusion cannon is very heavy for this boy, and sorry, whoops. And it's kind of just really hard to get him standing with it at all. So I'm going to try my best there. Okay, there you go. The other accessories he comes with, that's how I've wanted to have him, but since it's an accessory, I didn't really want to blow my load on showing it too soon. Other accessories, he comes with the lightsaber that... Oh no! Sorry, guys. He comes with the... My camera's getting messed up. I'm so sorry, guys. The lightsaber thing that helped kill Optimus in the 1986 movie. Comes with the mace that was seen for all of one episode after he got called a jerk by Megatron. I mean, by Optimus. Comes with the handgun that actually did kill Optimus, or, you know, put him on his deathbed. And my favorite accessory that's come with, like, any Masterpiece figure ever, honestly, is a little Crimzeek. This is awesome. I love this so much. I display him at random points in my collection, just strewn throughout. I think this is a really cool accessory. Probably my favorite out of most Transformers. It would be really cool if he was articulated, but just having a G1 Crimzeek is really awesome. This is where things are going to come up a bit. Accessories are going to be an 8 out of 10. Comes with what you'd expect a Megatron to come with, and a little more because of that Crimzeek. Alright.
Accessories. You actually get a few here with Megatron. Of course, you get with his cannon. You've got the little stock and silencer or barrel extension that can combine to form the cannon for him. You get his, of course, his iconic little energy mace. He only used it maybe once, maybe twice, but you can attach that to his hand, and you also have the option to make it on hinges as well, so it's not just dangling if you want to pose him with more dynamic action going on with the mace. That's really probably, I feel like, the most iconic accessory that should come with Megatron aside from like the gun parts. That's included. You get his laser sword from the movie, you get his pistol from the movie, the one that he found on the ground and used to shoot Optimus. You get his little magic helmet thingy. Sure, why not? You get a couple of extra standard faces, happy, like drama. Anyway, a couple of extra faces with different expressions for him. You get a die-cast key to Vector Sigma. That's, again, it's just a little chunk, but it's kind of a nicely detailed chunk. And again, the fact that it's die-cast and has some heft to it is nice as well. Plus, again, from the movie, you get a replacement battle-damaged chest and face to recreate that scene. So, like I said, some of the stuff you could have left out. Like, had I not gotten this, I wouldn't have been sad. I feel like really with the gun accessories and the mace, and maybe even the key to Vector Sigma, the damaged faceplate layer, the damaged chest plate and face, I feel like you've gotten a lot of what I consider Megatron's iconic accessories, you know, considering that his fusion cannon comes with him. That's the basic iconic Megatron look, and anything is really kind of a bonus, but I feel like they went above and beyond what Megatron has to come with to give you a little bit of a bonus there. So again, with accessories, he gets a 9.
Okay, guys, and to our last new category, he is, for price, he's about $150 to $200 brand new, sealed in the box. For a loose one, you're looking at, $90 to $120. So still pretty steep considering what the competition is. I don't know why he's still so expensive with all the better third-party figures, and the new Masterpiece, I think 36 Megatron, who's probably the best Megatron out there. I don't know why he's still so expensive. I don't think he's worth that price. I got him back when he was brand new for, I think, like $90. And that was sealed in the box and everything. And, back then when this was the only option, yeah, I'd say that would be fine. But now that it's not, now that there are a lot of other figures out there, I don't think that's really a good price at all. I'm going to give the pricing for him another 5 out of 10. Alright, I will see you guys for the final verdict. See you in a few. Bye.
So for price, I have to ding him a little bit on this. He's like, I think $229 at retail, about $230 at retail, which I see the value in it, much like with Dinobot, a Masterpiece Dinobot, which I just reviewed. There's a lot of quality and effort that went into it. I see the parts count. I know how every pin and hinge on these toys can raise the price because it's more molding, more tooling. I see where the money goes. It is a little expensive. I feel like he's worth the price to have a Megatron that looks this good on your shelf. I know there are some knockoffs out there, some upscales and that have redone this for cheaper, and I think it even made a couple of improvements. I get that. In considering solely the Masterpiece line here, I feel like his price justifies what you're getting for the shelf. It's nice, it's worth it. It's a little high though. So for price, I give him a 7. Anytime you get into the over $200, I'm going to be a little tougher on price. Honestly, anytime you get over $100, I'm going to be a little tougher on price. And for every multiple 100 above that, you get a couple dings. So price is a 7. I feel like he's worth it, but it is expensive.
Alright, and now for screen accuracy. He isn't. I'm just going to put it very bluntly. This is a very ugly masterpiece figure. He is not attractive to look at from most angles, and I get that most masterpiece style G1 Megatrons will have kibble on the back. He doesn't actually have much. What gets me are all the panels all over him, and these very ugly hips, and all the ugly joints, and the insides of his legs, and his feet, and... Hey, Pippa, get out of the shot, honey. Sorry about that. Yeah, when it comes to this Megatron, I honestly think I'm going to give him a 6 for screen accuracy. He gets the job done. I mean, you can tell who it is. God, that fusion cannon is so heavy. You can tell who he is fine enough, but outside of that, I'm not going to praise him for anything. I don't think he's a great figure. I don't think he's really even a good figure. I just own him out of nostalgia's sake. Alright, so yeah, as I said, a 6, was it a 6 out of 10? Yeah, I think it's a 6 out of 10. That is what I give it, though. 6 out of 10 on screen accuracy. Alright.
Screen accuracy, I think I mentioned that in a couple other previous things. This looks like Megatron. It's not 100% accurate to the cartoon, and none of these toys really can be, because you have to take what was on the screen and make it into a physical thing. So you'll see some pins and some hinges and stuff. But that's a really fantastic looking Megatron. And again, for screen accuracy, it's just everything about it looks like the cartoon, about as well as I could imagine a cartoon toy looking. And so again, he gets a 9. Not 100% perfect. I do wish his back was a little cleaner here, and that's pretty much why I'm digging it. But yeah, I give him a 9 for screen accuracy.
Alright guys, for scale and height, this is a new category also. We are going to be talking about, well, where he scales in. For scale on this figure, he scales with Masterpiece 1 Optimus Prime and the early Masterpiece figures before they redid everything with like the MP-10. And for height on this big guy, he stands at the top of his gun barrel. He stands at just shy of 14 inches, and at his head, he stands just at about a foot tall. So pretty impressive size. You know, there's not much else to say about that. Scales with the earlier Masterpieces. 12 inches tall at the top of his head, 14 at the top of his barrel. I say that's worth, 7 out of 10. All right.
For scale and height, height-wise, I mean, like I don't really judge my figures by height, because I've had some really nice small figures, I've had some really nice big figures, I've had some really bad big figures, and I've had some really bad small figures. Height itself doesn't do it for me. Scale-wise, though, he scales very nicely with MP-10 Optimus, and I'm assuming he will scale nicely with the upcoming version 3 Optimus, who's also designed to look a little bit more cartoon accurate than even MP-10 was. So, yeah, he looks nice. He scales well with other Masterpiece figures, and again, so I'm going to give him a 9 here.
Okay, guys, so the final verdict on this guy is a staggering D- out of, well, like a D plus, I guess. A 49 out of 80 points, almost half of what he could have gotten. Now, don't get me wrong, I do hate this figure, but it's nice to have in my collection still. I've had him for so long now that I couldn't imagine my collection without him, but at the same time, this isn't a figure that is to pick up and play with. If you want this, by all means, go get it. I'd recommend getting it loose, since getting it in the box is ridiculously expensive. Yeah, final verdict, the 49 out of 80. Now, guys, what we're doing here is we're trying to tweak the resolution and everything for the video. So we're trying new ways on how to receive it so the video is cleaner and the audio is better. We are also adding categories as we see fit based on your guys' recommendations. Now, what else we are doing is in the comment section of this video, please comment who you want to be the next One Shall Stand, and then we will go through whatever comments have the most likes or we think is the most interesting. We will choose for the next segment of this show. And as it gains traction, everything, don't forget, if you like what I do at my rescue or with my toys or with my wife, please come over and give us a subscription. If you want to shop Transformers, there's a link on my channel. It's an Amazon affiliate. If you want to go through there for anything at all, what it does is it benefits my nonprofit animal rescue. So any purchase you make up there, whether it's a transformer or house goods or animal products or anything like that, whatever you purchase off of that Amazon affiliate link, I don't know, peaugh might include it in the link, the bio for this video, in the description. I don't know if he will though or not, since he's in with TF Source. But yeah, if you want to go through our Amazon affiliates, please click on any of our videos. It says shop with us on the description. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share wherever you see fit. We really love what this series has done for my channel. It got me up to 50 subscribers like overnight, and we're incredibly proud of it so far. So with that being said, guys, please head over to my channel, check us out. We're going to be uploading a lot more frequently. I've been in and out of the hospital a bit recently, so things haven't been great, but you know, we're still plugging along. So please, guys, give us any suggestions you think about the videos in general, or what characters you want to see, anything at all. We always take all recommendations and suggestions to heart. We read all the comments. I especially do. I was glued to them the last time this happened. So yeah, with all that being said, guys, I'm Nash, and I am from the Jurassic Ark. And peaugh, thank you so much again for letting me on your channel. It has been another honor to do this with you, and I look forward to hearing from all you guys soon. Thank you so much. Nash, signing off.
So adding it all up here on MP-36, totaling up all the scores, he gets a 66 out of 88, which means he is the winner in this one shall stand, and rightfully so. I mean, like, MP-5 was nifty for its time. It was designed in a day, and it shows. And I think if you put MP-5, aside from height, MP-5 is taller and bigger overall as a toy, but I don't think anybody can really dispute that this version of Megatron, this masterpiece version of Megatron redone, is far superior to the previous attempt. And so rightfully so, with a 66 over 49, masterpiece Megatron MP-36 wins this one. I think we changed a few things up. I know we're still going tight. We're working on this. It's still work in progress, but it's fun to do. I am having a good time doing these. I think it's a neat idea. I feel like we could do a lot more things if these were live, but schedules and getting everything done, and we don't live near each other, so that's just kind of the way it is right now. But we're hammering out all the kinks, and hopefully this takes off and we'll see it grow a little bit. Thanks for watching. Thanks to Randall or Nash, and we'll see you next time for One Shall Stand.